If I were to say what snapshot has happened more in the last 5 years than ever before, the role of, I guess what you title as a business partner, someone that is a finance person but works with the different divisions within the organisation, is almost like the ambassador of finance, leaving the nest and flying out to sales or flying out to whatever distribution, logistics, whatever it may be. Are you seeing business partners as being prevalent in your own businesses?
Yeah, very much so. And in a way, it's been interesting. It's how we have developed COO roles, Chief Operating Officer roles, has in the majority of cases been good commercial finance people coming out of a finance team, working alongside a business division that they've previously supported in a finance role. And it's amazing, you watch those roles progressively, they're doing the bookkeeping, the accounting, the pricing, but suddenly they become the go-to people for the whole team.
The role of a finance person as a business partner is an increasingly important role. And again, some of this comes back to the fact that, you know, in difficult economic climates, there's an increased requirement for the business to deliver its numbers. And I think by having a finance professional at the table as part of that team, helping drive the commercial and financial aspects of the business amongst a team of individuals who are perhaps not financial, I think it really helps put an increased focus and spotlight on finance and driving the best results in difficult times. And this partnering relationship is absolutely key because it is very much a relationship. We spoke earlier about the relationships between the mentor and the mentee and the fact that it's crucial that you get it right at that right point in time. And it's very similar with the business partner relationship. When you've got the finance director of a division and you've got the MD of a division, they've got to be in tune.
Right.
And they've got to be able to work together and understand each other, and it very much is a double act. And I think when we're recruiting people to come into our organisation in that role, we're not just looking in terms of what qualification have they got, that's almost a me too, and what experience have they had within, you know, their previous organisations. It really does come down to a personality fit in terms of, do we think this person could come into our organisation and be well aligned to the MD who's got the requirement at the moment, because the success of the business partnering arrangement is very much going to come down to the relationship.
You know, when I look back on the pieces of my career that I've enjoyed the most and that have been the most successful, it's when I've been working for a CEO and MD who has seen the value I bring and we're not getting in each other's way. You know, in particular, my ability to take management task of him so that he can be out with clients or out with people doing recruitment, whatever. So that genuine sense of we're splitting a senior job into two parts.
It's empowerment.
Yeah, two complementary parts. When I think about, you know, making decisions about how you get efficiency into a finance organisation, how you meet those requirements of CEOs and MDs for sort of on-demand information, you've absolutely got to be all over the technology and working very collaboratively with IT people, you know, to make that happen. That's the only, you know, sort of the only way you're going to be successful.
Yeah, much closer.
And let's not forget that the investment right now is probably key, and having individuals, organisations, governments investing in organisations, investing in firms, you need to be able to articulate. You pointed out shareholder value comes from what's going to happen in the next 5 years, not what did you do last year, because they're looking at, if they invest, what's their return going to be. The business partners are able to articulate well to the individuals at the top of the business what's happening, where the business is going, what they're looking to do. If you give poor information, or the information you give is inaccurate, it's picked up on.
I think one of the things that's changed as a result of technology is the pace at which we operate. The pace is very different today to what it was, you know, 10 years ago. You know, we can make communications now far more quickly with sort of email, communicator, other sort of devices that we have, you know, video conferencing, etc., etc. And what this means is that as businesses, we have to be very agile in the way that we make decisions. 10 years ago, you were afforded the luxury, it didn't seem like a luxury at the time, but you were afforded the luxury of being able to kind of almost ponder over decisions, and you could analyse and analyse and analyse and defer and analyse a bit more before you finally made your decision. In today's business environment, you kind of succeed or fail by your agility and your being able to make decisions quickly. technology has enabled that, and technology is an enabler, and I think we sometimes forget how quickly we work nowadays compared to how we did work.
One of the things that strikes me as a challenge about that is it doesn't give junior people as many opportunities to stand in their boss's shoes and make decisions while they're away, because senior people are never offline. Right. I started my career in the oil industry, and it was obviously very safety and control focused, so that if somebody left the building even for more than 3 or 4 hours, their authorities were specifically delegated to somebody else so that they could make a decision if something happened. And now, even when people go on holiday, on leave, they don't specifically nominate somebody to stand in for them. They carry on making decisions and making choices. Right? And therefore, people coming through their careers don't necessarily get the chance to stand in somebody's shoes for a few weeks and make those types of decisions. So you have to be careful that you're not being a control freak. You are empowering people to make choices while you're not there, because otherwise the only chance they ever get to learn is when it's their job, and that's sort of too late to be practicing, really.